huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton, like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed, a part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-50. Listen to News Radio 1440 at work. NewsRadio1440.com. At home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depend on it. News Radio 1440.
This is America in the Morning. It's 5 till. A New Mexico prosecutor wants a judge to reconsider dismissing the involuntary manslaughter charge against actor Alec Baldwin in the Rust case. Correspondent Margie Zaraletta is following details.
Halfway through Alec Baldwin's trial in July, Judge Mary Marlowe Summer dismissed the case, saying police and prosecutors withheld evidence from the defense. Special Prosecutor Carrie Morrissey says in a court filing made public on Wednesday, there were insufficient facts to support that ruling, and Baldwin's due process rights were not violated. In 2021, Baldwin was pointing a gun at cinematographer Helena Hutchins during a scene rehearsal for the movie Rust when it went off, killing Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza. I'm Archie Zaraletta.
Amazing what you can find if you look in those places you store things. Correspondent Julie Walker has one such item, a masterpiece painting found in an attic that sold for over 7 figures.
An artwork by Rembrandt discovered in a Maine attic has sold for $1.4 million to a European collector. The 17th century portrait of a girl by the Dutch artist depicts a teenage girl in a black dress with a white ruffled collar and a white cap. It was painted on an oak panel and mounted in a hand-carved gold Dutch frame. A label on the back of the frame attributed the work to Rembrandt, noting it had been previously loaned to an exhibition in 1970 at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. I'm Julie Walker.
There are some familiar and also some unexpected faces for the new season of Dancing with the Stars. Kevin Carr has the story.
A new set of stars will be hitting the dance floor on ABC. Yesterday on Good Morning America, the new cast of Dancing with the Stars was announced. We already know about pommel horse Olympian Steven Nedorozic. Other competitors include another Olympian, television and movie stars, reality show celebs, athletes, and an unexpected convict.
It's Jen Trance, supermodel Brooks Maynard. Watch out, world, for Dwight Howard, zombie star Chandler Kinney, Ilona Marr, The Bachelor's Joey Grande, wide receiver Danny Amendola. Get ready to cha-cha with Phaedra Parks.
Stars of the big and small screen you'll recognize include Eric Roberts, TV royalty Tori Spelling, and Reginald VelJohnson from Family Matters and the Die Hard films. More notoriously, con woman Anna Delvey found her way onto the stage from house arrest, with the show describing her as a, quote, notorious ankle bracelet fashionista.
You think you know me, but you don't.
Last season's hosts, Alfonso Roberto and Juliana Huff, return with Carrie Anna Nava, Bruno Tonioli, and Derek Huff as the judges. The show will premiere on ABC and Disney Plus on September 17th at 8 p.m. Eastern, streaming the next day on Hulu. New episodes will air every Tuesday. I'm Kevin Carr.
America in the Morning for Thursday, September 5th, 2024 is produced by Jeff McKay. Senior producer Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
Join News Radio 1440 this Friday from 12 to 2 p.m. at Veterans Wellness Center at 5911 Monticello Drive. Come find out how Veterans Wellness Center can benefit you. That's this Friday, 12 to 2 p.m. with News Radio 1440.
Sam, put your shoes on. We're headed to the doctor in 10 minutes.
Okay, Mom. Hey, am I going to have to get a shot?
Yes, it's time for your yearly vaccines. We have to make sure all your vaccines are up to date before you start back to school. I have to provide a record to the school.
Alabama law requires children of all ages to be up to date on their immunizations before attending school. Every child needs to be vaccinated against polio, diphtheria, tetanus, pertussis, also known as whooping cough, measles, mumps, rubella, and chickenpox.
With Kevin Elkins in the morning, Dan Bongino for the midday, and Sean Hannity for your afternoon. It's News Radio 1440 all day.
Depend on WLWI-AM, the home of the Ben Shapiro Show, and heard on 95.1 HD3 FM, Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Cammie McCormick. In Winder, Georgia, 2 students and 2 teachers are dead after a school shooting at Appalachia High School.
It don't feel real. I just can't believe my teacher is somebody that I see every day. It just don't feel real.
The suspect, just 14 years old. CBS's Mark Strassman reports.
Local deputies questioned the suspect and his father last year. The reason at the time, online threats to carry out a school shooting by the suspect, who was 13 years old at the time. But the father told deputies that his son had no access to guns in the house. The suspect denied making those threats at the time, and so there were no arrests until yesterday.
Authorities say he will be charged with murder. Turning to politics now, and a surprise announcement from Republican Liz Cheney yesterday, as Jim Krasula reports.
Former Congresswoman Liz Cheney has become the latest high-profile Republican to say,
not only am I not voting for Donald Trump, but I will be voting for Kamala Harris in this.
Cheney made the announcement at an event at Duke University in North Carolina. The conservative Republican co-chaired the committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Cheney is now an outspoken critic of the former president.
Trump appeared at a Fox News town hall and warned of another global war.
You need a president that's not going to be taking you into war. We won't have World War III when I'm elected.
A back and forth over the election interference case against Trump is back in court today. Lawyers for Trump and special counsel Jack Smith will be before Judge Tanya Chutkan for the first time since the Supreme Court ruling on presidential immunity and Smith's revised indictment. Here's CBS's Katrina Kaufman.
So there is a possibility that we will hear her views on how she wants to move this case forward from the bench, or she may decide to hear from both sides further and then make a determination.
The CEOs of Kroger and Albertsons insisted at a court hearing that a merger would allow them to cut food prices. CBS's Jolene Kent reports shoppers want some relief.
Since 2019, according to the CBS Money Watch price tracker, bread jumped 54% and chicken 33%.
Nothing has gone down. It's all going up. Things that you used to buy, like eggs, it's just gotten really expensive.
A dozen eggs more than doubled, but wages have also risen 23%, keeping pace with overall prices.
The FTC has sued to halt the merger, saying it would further increase food prices by reducing competition. Looking at early numbers on Wall Street, Dow futures are higher. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine.
Not fun.
Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first.
They're probably going to say he was what are they going to use? They're going to say he had ADHD.
Just go to ZipRecruiter.com.
He had ADD.
ZipRecruiter for free.
Mm-hmm.
That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Each day, 400 million cups of coffee are consumed in this country. Is there a healthier alternative for the environment? CBS Los Angeles reporter Jasmine Bean has that.
Otomo Coffee is a Seattle-based startup, and scientists have worked for years to perfect the drink.
The coffee is in trouble.
Andy Kleitz, who co-founded Otomo, wanted to create a healthier and sustainable coffee that uses less water and doesn't cause deforestation.
It takes about 20 coffee trees just for you every year.
So they set out to recreate the molecular structure of conventional coffee using superfoods high in antioxidants.
Researchers at Harvard Medical School are developing an AI tool designed to diagnose various forms of cancer. They say it goes beyond current approaches and is being tested on 19 cancer types and could not only detect cancer but also predict patient outcomes. I'm Cammie McCormick, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton, like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just plain. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. We find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Calling all vendors and sponsors, Hullabaloo Family Festival is your perfect opportunity to showcase your brand, imagine your booth at the center of Montgomery's most vibrant event, filled with families excited to discover new products and experiences. Don't miss your chance. Be part of the magic. Secure your spot today. Visit our website to reserve your booth now. It's Hullabaloo, sponsored by Tire City Automotive, MTMG and C, Georgia Forest Direct, Sunshine Pixie Dust, Utopia Fun Park, Wright's Roofing and Contracting, Davis Line Jewelry, Fleet Feet, and Murphy Family McDonald's.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
Do you know?
Your WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Discover. I'm a family with friends and cash. Discover's got you covered on the last one. That's because Discover doubles all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cash Back Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Passing showers in our forecast for our Thursday. There's lots of clouds and gusty winds and high temperatures topping out in the 80s. Tonight, showers will linger, lows will be around 70. Friday, off and on rain chances, some heavy at times. Otherwise, plenty of clouds, highs in the 80s with lows in the 60s. Pretty drier as we head for the weekend. And that's your First Alert forecast. I'm WSFA meteorologist Nick Gunter on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Good morning, Montgomery. Your 7 o'clock hour kicks off with good news. No major problems or accidents are being reported. Check the surrounding counties. They're reporting clear. You keep listening. We'll keep you posted. Great shopping is at Premier Points. After shopping, you can eat at Cabela's, King Buffet, or Sweet Frog Frozen Yogurt. It's all a Premier Place in Prattville. Another great Clinton and Company development. Buckle up, run back. It's the law. The Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams with WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Thursday. Leaders with Eufaula City Schools confirmed schools will be closed today due to a threat of violence. All schools and after-school and extracurricular activities have been canceled. Right now, no official word on the Montgomery Catholic Eufaula football game that's to be played tonight. Lakeside School will also be closed today. School leaders say they're working with students to stay. Happening today, the brand new Flatwood Community Center officially opening. Flattening the community center and schools for people. Today, the new center will open. Computer lab will take over. Morning Nation, it's
is expanding. Alabama State University says student enrollment is up this fall semester. Officials say right now there's more than 4,000 students. I'm Jasmine Williams at 4.
It's a fact. Guys hate going to the doctor. But when it comes to erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues, men from all over Montgomery are confidently seeing the providers at Montgomery Men's Health. Men all the way up to 95 years old have just started their sex drive and energy levels. Lots of men suffer with ED for years, but now they're able to enjoy sex again. Dr. Montgomery said, Montgomery Men's Health has changed my life. I have been able to for the first time in 5 years. She thought this problem was because of her, but the pills never worked for me. I had given up until I went to the clinic and realized there were more options for erectile dysfunction. Now I'm happy and my wife is happy. A visit for only $99, and that includes all testing, including a PSA
All
testing. Test.
All
Give the guys at
testing.
the clinic a call at 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. Or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, a lot of times you have to choose between something high quality or something that saves you money. But if you could get both, why not? Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is MediShare. You get both. Many families save $500 a month with MediShare, and that's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. Double. That's because MediShare works. It has for more than 30 years. It's a community of Christians who have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth. They love the huge PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price in 2 minutes. Here's the number. Just call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE, 855-51-BIBLE. Russell Wilson here with Play 60, United Way in the NFL, helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Healthy kids.
To get involved, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Donate.
Are you guys going to do that every time?
Yes, of course.
Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Don't miss Sean Hannity.
Biden incoherently adheres.
Live this afternoon at 2 p.m. on News Radio 1440. Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change the focus from the problem to the problem solver. This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, everybody. Hope today's day finds everybody doing well as to be expected. It's time to rise and shine, people. It's time to get your head out of bed. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that will change your perspective. I'll give you a new one on the way. It's good for the soul. Good morning to you. It is the 5th day of September, 2024. Today's daily bread is simply entitled Grace Now. Our scripture insight today comes from 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 13. Well, we'll start it out with 1 Corinthians 13 and 5, which reads, Love is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is September the 5th, 2024. It is a day that has never been, and it is a day that once it's gone, you will never, ever see it again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to summon it from the past. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you're supposed to do today that you don't. And more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, hopefully if tomorrow should be, you will be proud of what you have done this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many, and some of y'all, many, many yesterday. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, the love, and the charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever you do what you can, while you can, for whom you can, until you can't. Because somewhere along your life journey, somebody did the same for you. They reached out with a hand. They gave you a shoulder to lean on, an ear to hear your concerns, and a heart that gave you love. We can do no less. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard of how you live your life. You'll always be successful. Because you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can. But you never give up. You never quit. My mother used to say nothing beats a failure but a try. Martin Luther King said if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. Because winners don't quit. Quitters will never win. Good morning to you. It's time to rise and shine. And no matter what happens to you on this day, remember this. It is a fantastic day, an absolutely stupendous day to be alive. Good morning to you. Grace Now. That's our daily bread for this day, September the 5th. Good morning to you. It is a great day to be alive.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our reading titled Grace Now was written by Ann Cetus. We hurried to a fast food restaurant to have lunch together on my friend Jerry's short work break. Arriving at the door about the same time, 6 young men got inside just in front of us. Knowing we didn't have much time to spare, we grumbled inwardly. They stood as a group at both registers to be sure each of them could order first. Then I heard Jerry whisper to herself, "Show grace now." Wow. Sure, letting us go first would have been nice, but what a great reminder to think of others' needs and desires, and not only my own. The Bible teaches that love is patient, kind, and unselfish. It's not easily angered. It often prefers others' welfare and satisfaction and advantage to its own, wrote commentator Matthew Henry of this love. God's kind of love thinks of others first. In a world where many of us are easily irritated, we frequently have occasion to ask God for help and the grace to choose to be patient with others and to be kind. Proverbs 19:11 adds, "A person's wisdom yields patience. It is to one's glory to overlook an offense." That's the kind of loving action that brings honor to God, and He might even use it to bring thoughts of His love to others. With God's strength, let's take every opportunity to show grace now. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 13. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part, but when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Let's pray. Dear Lord, we need your help in this world where irritants are everywhere. Give us the grace to choose patience and kindness even when it's tough. Help us to display the fruit of your Spirit, extending patience and grace to everybody. Let our actions reflect your love and bring glory to you. Thank you, Lord. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thanks for listening today. My name is Rochelle Traub, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
All right, it's time to get out of bed. Let's get it rolling. Time to go to work. Work, work, work. Come on now. That's what they say. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Get up by the 2:45. Woo! You gotta run, though. Go to work. Work, work, work. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Oh, yeah. Yes. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. Hard work, work. Let's go to work. Oh, let's get it, get it. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. Do it every day. Okay. Let's get it. Let's get it. In the early morning rain. That's what they say. Hard work. I earn my pay. Come on. Oh, yeah. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Hard work, work. Sail them on down. Woo! Hard work, work. Oh, yeah. Hard work. I earn my pay. Oh. Woo! Okay. That was enough running for one day. All right then. That's right. I'm trying to show Z how not to drop out the race, out the run. Because you don't know if you do KP when you fall out the run. I don't want the boy doing KP. Okay, I'm just saying I'm making an example here. Okay, let us pay homage to all those armed forces. Yeah, you gotta get a cup of coffee. As a matter of fact, I think I'll lead PT at the Army Reserve Center this morning. I think I'll go over there this afternoon and lead PT, baby. Gonna wear my tennis shoes. Oh yeah, I got my tennis shoes on already. Okay, I'm good. I want to say good morning to all those people who serve our country and our city. The Armed Forces of the United States, Montgomery Sheriff Department, Derek Cunningham and the crew, the police department. What's that guy's name? I don't know. I can't pronounce it. Well, you know what I'm talking about. He's the only white guy down there. Okay then. Where else? Montgomery Fire Department. Chief Jordan and all those guys over there do a great job. Aaliyah. We call them State Patrol. I know the Alabama, that Aaliyah thing, they need to take that, put it somewhere. Alabama National Guard, of course, protecting us in land and overseas. Did I miss anybody? Oh, the sanitation department, who protects us from all the bugs and stuff because they make sure they get the garbage up every day, and we appreciate it. And listen, this Christmas, if we live and nothing happens and we're all still here, y'all need to start putting something on the side, on the box for you need to wait till the garbage guy people come and go out there and give them a present this year. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, we need to take care of that. I'm just saying, y'all need to knock that out. Although I do love the Air Force, they got the worst uniform in every branch of the service. I'm just, worst uniform. I mean, if I was ever gonna steal some valor, it wouldn't be from the Air Force. Yeah, if I never was in the service and I had to steal a uniform to wear, it wouldn't be theirs. Yeah, probably a Marine, something like, or it'd be Marine or Army. Okay, well, Marine. Okay, Navy, Army. We're gonna put that in the same thing. Navy, Marine, same thing. Although, had I known how good them white suits look in the Navy, I may have joined them. Are those for the officers? Oh, well, I wouldn't have been there. And of course, I'm still kind of ticked off about them folks in Turkey jumping on those Marines. Should have carried a pistol with them and pistol whipped them. Shot them all. What's wrong with the world? You can't go out and get a Starbucks cup of coffee without a whole group of people jumping all on you? What kind of stuff? And no, that's cowardly. I mean, really, that is cowardly. I mean, that's cowardly. A whole group of people, you tough, but you gonna take a whole group of people on a couple of Marines. They lucky those Marines had some sort of duty and honor. Because I would have snuck back that later on that night and found every last one of them. Well, I probably wouldn't, because I couldn't been on that ship. The ship would have probably been gone. But anyway, that really ticked me off today when I saw that on television. That just irked me. Okay, I ready to go get my boots, my uniform, my duffel bag, and get on the plane and go someplace, any place where they were. I was ready to roll. But probably carrying that rucksack kind of heavy nowadays, so I better leave that alone. I better leave that to the young folks, let them handle that kind of thing, because, I just can't hump that rucksack. Unless the Russians jump us, Now, if the Russians or the Chinese parachute in, then I got to do what I got to do. Because I've been watching DC down, White House down lately, and all these down, and I'm just telling you. Oh, and Red Dawn. Yeah, I'm watching Red Dawn, and the Koreans came over the border, parachuted in, and now obviously you can tell they didn't know where they were when they were jumping in, because they ended up out in the country on a farm. Okay, so I'm just saying. So of course, now they won't parachute into Cabrini Greens and nothing like that. I don't think they're gonna do that. No. Okay, but well, now Cabrini Greens is gone now. Well, they won't parachute into L.A. Okay, so they're parachute probably maybe in Montgomery, but no, they better not parachute around here either, because even the crooks got more guns than they got. So I think we're safe here. I don't think we have to worry about any foreign land, any foreign country parachuting in to Montgomery and taking us over. Okay, I mean, we are an Air Force town, but they won't parachute in and take us over. I mean, the Air Force got the planes. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. We're talking about, White House down and Red Dawn. All of a sudden you wake up one day and there's somebody parachuting over you. And I said they probably won't parachute in Alabama though. Yeah, you never can tell. But
as long as you're here, Kevin.
Yeah. Well, they probably don't know I'm here, so don't. Woo! I
They
think
get down to us, we're in trouble.
Yeah. At this stage of the game, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, at this stage of the game. Man, did you hear about those kids in that Georgia? Everybody in the country heard about that Georgia thing, right? They're probably going to, yeah, they're probably going to say he had ADHD or something. You know, they're going to make some excuse for it. I've been all against the death penalty, but I think it may be time to use it. Even on a 14-year-old. I mean, it amazes me. He's unreasonable. He has a problem, but they always know how to put the gun down when the police show up. The most reasonable decision they can make is put the gun down.
No, a lot of them don't. A lot of them shoot themselves.
Good.
A lot of them, or they're committing suicide by cop. They want to. Yeah. They want to commit. It's a tragic situation.
Yeah, it is.
It's a tragic situation for those who are victims. It's a tragic situation for the person who perpetrated it. It's just,
Anyway.
Unfortunately, there is sin in the world.
Yeah, there is. Anyway, that voice is Brian Pettis. Now I know they was here last week, but that was the last week of the month, and we give them the fifth year, the fifth
Thursday.
Yeah, fifth Thursday, what I mean.
And the first.
And the first Thursday. And so for all you folks out there that want to, beat the Catholics upside the head today, they're here.
Yeah, we're here for you.
Yeah, here for us. So, but I got now this morning. Now y'all got something y'all specifically want to talk about.
I mean, I always have something to talk about, but it's up to you, obviously, Kevin.
Well, no. This is no. I only come up with stuff when y'all come.
No, you usually have something on your mind. But that's
well, I wanted to talk about some conspiracies with the Catholic Church.
All right. Well, fire away.
And I've been doing exhaustive research.
No doubt. You probably read an article on the internet, which is always right. Yeah.
Well, okay. So I got a couple of questions this morning.
All right.
Couple of questions. The Catholic Church back in the day had a bank, right? Had a big bank.
The Vatican, I believe.
Right, and it's called what's it called? The OT. Anyway, something like. Anyway, they said because the legend says that the Catholic Church used to store some of the Nazis' money and stuff like that.
That'd be news to
I know.
The Church. Yeah. I mean, you got to remember that Pope Pius XII during the Nazi reign, they would hide Jewish people and get them out of the city, even give them documents, stuff like that.
Right.
And the chief rabbi, the Jewish rabbi in Rome, converted to Catholicism. Rabbi Zoli is his name, and he took the name Eugenie after the Pope. In other words, that's a great honor, when he took his Christian name after the Pope, because the Pope, I think they credited him about 720,000 Jewish people that the Vatican saved. Right. There's a movie about that, The Scarlet and the Black, and Gregory Peck is in it. I mean, it's like I said, it's a Hollywood movie, and so he played Father, I forget, Flanagan or something, but the priest. No, that's Joey Boyce Town. That's Boyce Town. But anyway, he played a priest that did a lot of that and really taunted the Nazis, and they would stay in Vatican territory.
I think the paper said the Vatican received church tax from Hitler every year.
Well, I mean, Germany is different than the United States.
Yeah.
From what I understand, Germany, when you pay your taxes, part of that goes to whatever church you belong to. So that's with everybody. So if somebody was a Catholic, that there would be some of that tax dollars going to the church. That's what I heard. I'm not German. Haven't even been to Germany.
Never been to Germany? You been nowhere else?
I might have stopped over. Have stopped over somewhere. But anyway.
It's Father Monsignor Hugh O'Flaherty.
That's an O'Flaherty. That's right. But I mean, The Scarlet and Black, great movie, and like I said, really depicts one heroic man's efforts, the Nazis.
Now here's a conspiracy that I don't believe this, but it's written, so I can ask you about it. There are reports that the archives contain communication between the Emperor Nero and St. Paul regarding the existence of Jesus. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the Vatican is hiding proof that Jesus did not exist.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty far fetched.
Yeah, I mean, without Jesus, they.
Yeah, why would? Yeah, I mean, there's a great spoof online, Kevin. You would love it.
Yeah,
and it's called the Apostles' prank, the disciples' prank. I think it is the ultimate prank. And what it is the disciples, after Jesus rose from death, they get together and they say, "Okay, Jesus died. What are we going to do?" He said, "I got a great idea. Let's prank everybody and say that he rose from the dead." And said, what will that get us? Well, it'll get us persecuted and hated and murdered and martyred and tortured to death.
Amen.
And
they were like, well, everybody got excited and everything like that. It's like, what? That's the most insane thing you've ever thought of. While he was alive, they would not go and defend him, even though Peter did when they didn't get him with the sword. But Jesus said, sheathe your sword. Those who live by the sword will die by the sword. But it's ridiculous to think that they stole his body or claimed he rose from the dead. And people and all these people followed him. He appeared at one time to 500 people. The scripture tells. So I mean, I can't just say I did this to 500 people. I appeared and I did this. I disappeared or whatever. Then where are those people? Those people were believing, and they actually died for the faith. So the early Christians, many of them at the expense of their own life, especially during Nero's time. Nero was the first emperor that persecuted Christianity. He did that. He blamed them for the fire in Rome that he may have started. Seems like substantiated that he might have started that to build more stuff that he wanted. So it's ridiculous to say that. I mean, there's so much historical evidence. I mean, to say he didn't exist, it's just insane.
These are just things. And here's one of the modern day evidence of extraterrestrial life. They say the Catholic Church has evidence that they exist. You got it?
I don't know. I don't personally have any, and I don't know.
Do you believe?
I mean,
I'm just a guy in the choir.
People think the government has it. I guess what Area 51 is in Arizona or something like that. I mean, I don't know who's got what, but I mean, I wouldn't think.
So you never heard the rumor?
No. Why would that can happen? I have no idea, unless they're they came to talk about Jesus or something.
Do you believe in extraterrestrial life?
Like, what do you mean by extraterrestrial?
Well, that we're not the only people in the universe, the only beings in the universe.
Well, there's planets, there's things,
right?
So there's things in the universe, but other people, other living organisms.
I mean, like us. You think any other life? Let's call it life.
I'm open to it. I mean, like I said, if they discover it, I agree. But
I mean, the Bible did say He made heavens and earth.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, certainly. I mean,
and the earth was for us.
I know. Yeah, right. Yeah. No doubt. And I heard a presentation one time by somebody who's very knowledgeable about this, talking about the mixture in our atmosphere, the ozone, also everything, how our ecosystem works. It's phenomenal, and no other planet that we know of has all this stuff. I mean, even the size of our planet compared to the sun, the distance from the sun.
Perfect.
I mean, yeah, right. Everything's perfect. I mean, and he talks about statistically, scientifically, this is how much oxygen we have in the air. It's like 20% or 21%. We have mostly nitrogen, I think he said. Right. He said, if we don't have this balance, we cannot live. And and also like I said, the mass of the planet keeping us gravity. It's not too much, it's not too little. It's not too close.
And most people don't realize we're all floating in space on a rock.
And interesting, yeah. Interesting.
Well, they know it, they just don't actually think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
kind of like your nose is on your face.
But you have to think about it in context. It's like being in a combat zone. Yeah. You eventually get to a point where you're living day to day because you don't have time to think about it.
There's a series, I think I saw a few minutes of it. Third rock from the sun. Yeah. So I mean, I think that popularized by it. We are on a rock, third rock from the sun. Right. So I think people kind of get that.
But one more.
Yes, please.
Dead man on trial. In 1897 AD, the Catholic Church put a dead man on trial known as the cadaver synod. The posthumous trial of Pope Formosus was held by Pope Stephen the Sixth. What's a Vienna one?
Vatican one.
Vienna one is the sixth.
Okay,
Stephen the
Sixth. Yeah. His successor, Formosus, was accused of usurping the papacy. Is that how you pronounce that? Actually?
Yeah, papacy. Yeah.
The papacy, despite being dead for 7 months at that point.
Right.
So, you ever heard about that?
Yes, I have.
And
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what year it was, but I guess that they're putting the year in there. Was the 19th century?
No, it's way.
What 897.
89. Okay,
yeah, AD.
Right. Yeah, it was early on. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah. So yeah.
So what was the purpose of putting a dead man on trial?
I guess just to prove his, that he was did something wrong, whatever. Yeah. No, I think that's pretty proven. But it is interesting. I mean, you got to remember that there are people, who are in the church, of course, and we're not immune to some of these crazy things, but other than that, but no, that is actually true.
Okay. Yeah. The Apostolic Penitentiary.
Okay.
Have heard of that?
Yeah, of course. That's the Vatican jail. So if somebody comes in the Vatican and
we're not forgiving people over there?
No, just like here, Kevin. Some people who are dangerous and have done damage and stuff like that, are put into the penitentiary.
But doesn't that go against the Beatitudes?
No, what Beatitudes, Kevin? I don't know the Beatitudes.
Wait, the Beatitudes, isn't that the list of things that you
blessed are the poor,
right?
Right. But it doesn't have, blessed are the thieves
but you're supposed to forgive them,
the murderers. Oh yeah, we have to forgive them personally.
Yeah.
But as a culture, you can't. That doesn't work because you got to right the injustice, and also you got to protect society.
Right. That's the thing that one of the reasons we have people in jail is not only to punish them, but to protect society. And that has to be a priority to what you do. The person can be sacramentally forgiven. Yeah. And I think you've done a lot of prison ministry. You do prison ministry.
Of course, now,
right, but that doesn't mean that they're ready to get on the street.
Right. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't remember any principle in the Bible where you put people in jail.
You're kidding, Kevin.
Well, sure.
Well, first of all,
now gives you the Ten Commandments. I know, but it doesn't.
The Vatican is not just a religious organization; it's a country. So countries have laws and stuff like that. And
but it's different than the rest of the country.
I would guess that Alyashka, the assassin who shot Pope John Paul II twice, at close range, I would assume he went to the penitentiary. Now, I know he was in another jail. And then he would have went to a bigger facility. But I don't think it's not as like some of the countries. I'm pretty sure there've been like the Vatican Bank. There's been scandals there, where some people embezzle just like they do in real life,
because they're people.
Yeah, and so there are some people who need some time to think about
maybe a little time, but it just seems to be anti-Christian to put people in jail.
If it was, we wouldn't have jails. I mean, my goodness.
Man came up with the jails.
No. I mean, they've been around for
man brought them around. Yeah,
right. But we needed them. In other words, it wasn't just like an idea. I got an idea. Let's just put people in jail for the heck of it.
That doesn't show much love.
No, it does. If you love the people, you want to protect the people.
So it shows love for some people, but not all people.
Well, no, it does. In other words, if somebody is, let's say, murdering, obviously bad, or stealing or whatever, then and they're put in jail. I mean, that can help to
get their mind right.
Right. It should. I mean, there's actually 4 different reasons for the jail, and one is restitution, one is rehabilitation, but that's the last one. But one is to right and just society, and one is protect the people. So protecting people is important. Well, if somebody's going to be stealing, they're not, they're going to wreak havoc. They're going to bring a lot of anxiety. Let's say your neighborhood's had a couple of burglaries recently, but right now you're thinking, man, what's going on in my house? It's just going to get to me. It's going to affect me. So you're anxious. You're worried. I mean, it's protecting people. It is out of love, and also out of love for the person who needs to rethink what he's doing. Yeah.
Okay then. Well, that was the end of my exhaustion.
That's right. No, that's right. And I don't know how much time we have for the break. Or...
Not very much. So let me take that break. And
okay.
We'll come back.
Don't want to jump into anything.
No, we won't do that. Then I'll leave this up to you guys, the pros here. We'll be back.
How long's the break here?
On News Radio 1440.
Sponsored by Compassion International.
Compassion sponsorship means food, healthcare, education, and more for a child in poverty. And there are thousands of kids who've been waiting over a year. End their wait. Sponsor a child with compassion today. Text the word radio to 83393.
Passing showers in our forecast for our Thursday. Otherwise, lots of clouds and gusty east winds and high temperatures.
Jail does seem to be anti-Christian.
You're crazy, Kevin.
You're crazy. It does. You put a guy in a cage.
Yes. If a guy can't be controlled and he can't act in society.
I understand the reason for it, but it does seem to be.
Does jail make some people worse?
Yes, absolutely.
Does it make do others?
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven. On News Radio 1440.
People don't change their mind. They don't change their attitudes, their desires. You gotta have an attitude adjustment. But I've had a lot of people that I've met, of course, in prison that really have changed their lives, and they've been through hell, and they don't feel ready to go outside.
That's all good news.
So,
well, as long as we don't pretend that jail is for rehabilitation.
Well, like I said, there's certainly an aspect, and it should. I mean, I like to have some people go through SAP, substance use program, also get a trade. I mean, I gotta have saved, and
then you can't get out. Once you get out, you can't get a job because you got a record.
This guy's an electrician. And
well, now those jobs, we don't care where you be, as long as you can fix money.
Yeah, right. I mean, so there are, like I said, it's not it's not as crazy as you think, but I agree, it is definitely not common, not as common.
You better watch out, because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible.
There wouldn't be a 10 commandments. So there wouldn't be a 10 commandments if there weren't bad people. Jail is both a place for punishment and a chance for redemption.
Yeah.
Well, we can justify it.
No, I mean, it's like, Kevin, you want to live without a jail? You want people to run, and also with no consequence to the
Well,
crime.
there needs to be consequences.
Well, what are you gonna do? You kill them? You put them in prison?
But to feed them for free, let them sit there.
No. Listen, I think they should work. I'm all for working. I mean, I think when you work, you don't eat. You know, they should do crops. There's a lot of property out there where the prisons are, and I'm sure at one time they were farming them, and they should be
The
doing that
thought of my
again.
sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it, so can you.
For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
My wife and I enjoyed a wonderful dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. The next day, we received a handwritten note which they delivered to our mailbox.
Although I will have you know that when I go to people's houses, sometimes working on their computers, some people ask me about you guys.
You know, in today's high-tech
Don't listen.
it's refreshing to get a thoughtful handwritten note.
Yeah, every once in a while somebody
It's
talks
enough
about
to inspire me to get
with me. I'm
started.
like, oh, I
To
didn't
learn more, check us out at
sometimes Catholics,
thekindnessrevolution.net.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Place with today's tip for kids from the American
Well, to
Academy of
open and talk
Pediatrics.
about it. That's
Food
what,
additives
I mean,
can
Protestants,
harm
believe it or
children's
not,
development and raise the risk of
are some of the
obesity.
most
To lower the risks, choose fresh fruits and vegetables when you can and avoid processed
because
foods.
they don't like people to
Don't
disagree
put
with them.
plastic in the microwave because heat can cause chemicals to leak into your food. When cooking or serving hot foods, use glass or ceramic dishes. For more on keeping your child healthy, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
I mean, that's it. So
My name is Tom Thornton.
And my name is Cindy Thornton. We're retired, and this is how we live united.
We decided to volunteer with United Way at our community free health club.
United Way is how we contribute. Because we know our time and money are going to the right places.
Judging by the thank yous we get at the committee, I'd say we're doing the right thing with our retirement too. We're Tom and Cindy Thornton.
You know, the
We
funny
volunteer
thing
at our
is,
community free health clinic.
when
We don't
if
just
they
wear
really
the shirt.
believe in
We live it.
DEI,
Give, advocate,
when somebody
volunteer,
says that
live
Kamala
united.
Harris
Go to
or
liveunited.org.
Ketanji Brown Jackson was a DEI hire, they would say, yes, she was. Wasn't it great?
Right, yeah.
But they don't say that.
Yeah.
They say, oh, well,
Well, Ketanji Jackson lost whatever bit of confidence I even thought about it. When
you
you
woman is.
and I heard the other day on some
yeah, she was anti-First Amendment. Yeah, she was wondering what, why, where's the government control? That's the point. Yeah, no, she should be.
Okay, we are back.
Wrapping up that last discussion, the Catechism of the Catholic Church, number 2266, it says the efforts of the state to curb the spread of behavior harmful to people's rights and to the basic rules of civil society correspond to the, you got that? Sorry about that. The efforts of the state to curb and spread of the behavior harmful to people's rights and to the basic rules of civil society correspond to the requirement of safeguarding the common good. So that's the first principle of punishment. Legitimate public authority has the right and the duty to inflict punishment proportionate to the gravity of the offense. That's two. Punishment has the primary aim of redressing the disorder introduced by the offense. When it is willingly accepted by the guilty party, it assumes the value of expiation, people paying for their crimes. Punishment then, in addition to defending public order and protecting people's safety, has a medicinal purpose. As far as possible, it must contribute to the correction of the guilty party. But that is the last one. But I mean, because some people don't want to be corrected. They want to live.
Now, let us talk about the basic fundamental foundation of our faith, which is the Ten Commandments.
Okay, in the morals.
Right, the morals and Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
Let's go with number one.
All right.
I am the Lord thy God who brought you out of the land of Egypt and out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. Thou shalt not make yourself a graven thing, nor in the likeness of anything that is in heaven above or in the earth beneath. I don't get that one.
Okay.
I don't.
Basically,
what does that mean?
That's about idolatry. So in other words, anything we make with our hands is not God. And there have been people who worship totem poles or the golden calf, stuff like that. But it doesn't mean that we don't make, I mean, pictures we have, if you go to the Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame, we got the bust of each of the players, stuff like that. And actually, even in the scriptures, when the people in Israel were going through the desert and complaining against God and Moses, God sent these seraph serpents, to bite them and to kill some of them, and some of them were made sick. And they repented, went to Moses, and God told them to make a seraph serpent, a bronze serpent, and put it on a pole, and those who look at it would be healed. So God actually told them to make a graven image, but it wasn't to be worshipped. It was to help them to realize, that was the consequence of their sin.
It was to be a conduit of God's grace.
Right.
So not a belief that's going to be
but
God.
isn't the Catholic Church teetering just a little bit?
Where? Give me an example.
Well, with all the statues and all the
again.
But listen, I'm only saying it's ignore the likeness of anything that is in heaven above.
If we believed that Mary was God, or if we believed that the statue of Mary was God, or we believe the statue of Saint Michael, or Saint Joseph, or Saint Bede, or whatever statue else we might have in the church, if we believe that was God, that would be a problem. If we are using it like a photograph in our home to remind us of a good thing, of a good person, there's no connection, there's no disconnect there.
Yeah, right. In other words, they're just 3D pictures is all the statue is.
And, and it's also a reminder. Those statues are a reminder to point us to God.
Kevin, do you think
because that's where they were?
Do you think that God sinned when He told them to make this bronze serpent? Do you think God sinned when He did that?
Well, He had a reason for doing it.
Right, of course. Like I said, yeah.
Well,
so it wasn't. So it's not an understanding. God doesn't sin. God is all good.
Right.
It's perfect. So if He's done this, it's obviously not meant in that fashion, or else God wouldn't have done it.
So we missed it because it says graven thing, not the likeness of anything that is in heaven.
Like I said,
Christ is in heaven.
How do we understand things like the scriptures? Like, in other words, we understand when we look at the other scriptures. So like I said, if God has done this, then we know that that's not what it means. So you're just misunderstanding that.
Y'all told me the Catholic Church gave us the Bible. And so y'all got, this is what you got in it. Not graven thing, nor the likeness of anything that is in heaven or in the earth beneath, nor those things that are underneath the water.
So Kevin, a Christian who has a nativity scene in their house at Christmas time, you got these little
only Catholics do that.
No, a lot of people do that. I can tell you right now.
Well, I got an issue with a tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of people, a lot of churches, in fact, if you're looking for a living nativity, you're more likely to find it at a Protestant church in this town than at a Catholic church in this town.
Well, there's not many Catholic churches. Yeah,
that's right. Well, but what I'm saying is, I don't know of any Catholic churches in this town that do a living nativity.
Well, living would be a little different.
Well, I'm just saying when we read these
what I'm
things,
saying, Kevin, if you read things literalistically and you don't read it in context of the whole scripture, you are going to come to your kind of conclusion.
That's right.
Well, now let me ask you something. Well, now, hold on, since y'all gave us the Bible, then that means you guys have done a bad job of presenting it to us, so we don't have to go decipher.
No. I just said, Kevin, if you look at the scriptures, you understand that is not what.
That's pretty simple, though. Thou shalt not have strange gods before me. Thou shalt not make.
Again,
if they were God, then that would be a problem.
That would be the graven image. A graven image is something you make to worship. Yeah, so that's what. So if you don't understand that or don't understand the context, then you're going to misunderstand what he's saying. Like I said, when that came out, when that was put in the Bible, Old Testament, of course, and the Catholic confirmed that we had statues on.
Well, it's kind of hard to beat the guy who wrote it, so I'm just going to leave that one alone. Something else. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
Yes.
What exactly? If somebody uses a cuss word, is that what they're talking about?
Cussing and cursing are different things, Kevin. I know this is going to stun you. Cussing and cursing. Cussing is profanity.
Right.
Usually from the bedroom, the bathroom, and a profane.
So that's okay then.
No, well, actually, I'll tell you in a second. Then cursing is actually wishing evil upon someone.
Okay.
So if you ask God to strike someone, or something,
that's cursing.
That would be cursing.
Right.
Yeah. And so that's using God's name in vain. We're not God. I can't judge somebody, and I can't mete out the punishment ultimately for for their soul and their sin. I mean, like I said, we protect people in society, protect society. But anyway, but cussing actually, in and of itself, is not a sin, but it can be used in sinful ways. So in other words, if you were to cut,
I think everybody just pulled off to the side of the road.
Yeah, like I said. Well, I mean, in other words, if you use a word for defecation that starts with the S, then I mean, it's only a slang word meaning a bodily function. So there's nothing, in essence, wrong with that. Now you can use it. You talk to your grandmother, and you tell her something, and you use that kind of language, you're going to offend her. So you can use it in offensive ways, but in and of itself, it's not. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, because it's just, like I said, a bodily function, a different word of a slang or kind of way to express it is more profane. but it's not in and of itself a sin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember that thou keep holy the Sabbath day. There's some conversation been going on forever.
There is.
Which day is the Sabbath day?
The Sabbath day is Saturday. The word Saturday comes from Sabbath. In other words, that's where the word comes from. The Sabbath is Saturday.
So the Seventh-day Adventists then are right, and we're wrong.
Well, they are right about Sabbath. No, we believe that about the Sabbath too. But we actually celebrate the Lord's Day, which is not the Sabbath. In other words,
that he rose from the dead.
Rose from the dead. He sent the Holy Spirit on Sunday. He gave the apostles power to forgive sins on Sunday, the first night he rose from the dead. So yeah, and you see in the early church, in Acts of the Apostles, they gathered together on the first day of the week. And also, God created the world in 6 days. He rested on the seventh day.
Now, we sure that it's 6 days like we know?
No, it's not 6 days like we know, because he created the sun on the fourth day, which is how we measure time and stuff like that. But anyway, that's another thing. But the idea that 7 day, model is in Scripture. The seventh day we rest. So the seventh day is the day of rest and worship of God, of course, being worship of God being primary. So, but then we screwed it all up, right? So sin entered the world and just distorted everything. So Christ came to restore order and to redeem us, to pay the price for our sins, and to give us the grace to be holy. So Christ, when he rose from the dead, is kind of the new creation.
But who made it the new creation?
Oh, the church did. The Catholic Church.
Exactly.
Oh, I agree totally.
No, the Sabbath day is still Saturday.
It is. Sabbath day is still Saturday. The Lord's Day we celebrate on Sunday. Now, that's right. And that's interesting, because I've talked to other Protestants. I think it was Pastor Tony when we were here, and we talked about that. I said, if I was Protestant, I'd still celebrate on Saturday, because the church, I recognize the Catholic Church having the authority that Jesus gave the Catholic Church to make that decision. And the church did that in the early days and practiced that for 2,000 years now. But yeah, if I was going by the Scripture alone, I would worship on Saturday. Yeah, but I'm not. I'm Catholic. And
the day itself, Sunday, the day itself,
right?
It has connotations of Sunday.
Right. Yeah.
It's kind of.
It is the day of the sun, which is great, because we celebrate the Son of God on Sunday.
No, yes, that's an S-O-N.
It is. It's S-U-N and S-O-N, obviously.
Right.
But no, it is. And it's interesting, when you see a calendar, what is the first day of the week? Sunday. Right.
Well, but man, we talk
about weekend as being Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
It's not Sunday is not the end of the week. Actually, Saturday is the Sabbath. That's the seventh day.
Many calendars have actually tried to make Monday the first day of the week, and nobody ever buys them.
Hadn't caught on.
It's the beginning of the work week.
It is. Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Unless you work on the weekend.
Yeah, and you can even say,
look, the same kind of context goes into it. We live in a certain world. To adjust that world is very hard for us to do. Okay. Now, we actually believe that Sunday should be the first day, because it's the day of the Lord. But the early church, there was essentially agreement in the Jewish world of what the order of the days were, and those days had to have a name, and it just happens to be not necessarily from Judaism.
Well, some of the names we have of our days obviously are from
different
origins,
cultures, from different cultures.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Greece, Rome.
Yeah, right.
Rome didn't think of weeks the same way we did.
No, probably no. So yeah, but so that's why we celebrate on the Lord's Day, Sunday, and we actually do the Jewish day started at sundown. So
let me make a note. Our phones are down, guys. So I just got to let's see if I can get. I don't know if I can get this. Let me see. This one may not work either. Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you guys this other number now. It's only for right now. It ain't for tomorrow, no other day. This is my VIP line. Not that you're not very important. Oh, I'll be back.
EO 1440.
And they just jumped in there. It was like, no choice. Here we go.
No, you don't have no choice on this one.
No, that's a heartbreak, as they call it. No, Kev, dude, that's a good point. At least if I was Protestant, I'd be working on Saturday probably.
So when we take all the Seventh-day Adventists to task for going to church on Saturday, okay. Matter of fact, that way NFL you can watch football on Sunday without feeling guilty.
But you don't get to see college football. That's what
I
as much college football. You still see. on all day.
I've had a pastor that was not happy about the NFL playing on Sunday.
I got you.
People.
Yeah, I
Today,
thought it
the
was
new center will open
sacrilegious.
a kitchen computer lab in meeting space.
Well, actually, college football is sacrilegious.
I found that out when another parishioner who I barely knew, but that he knew, so I asked him about it. He invited me to a Titans game. So he's like, yeah, he invited me, but I don't go to football games. Oh, okay.
I'll relieve you of that burden.
Best.
This is CBS News.
Frankly, they were the best
Progressive Insurance.
I'm Kathy McCormick. Another community is in mourning after a school shooting, this time in Winder, Georgia. Two students and two teachers were killed at Appalachia High
I
School.
love it.
It's never going to be the same again.
Close
Little
enough.
small town is always going to have this hurt in our heart
I
because
like it
of
when it
this.
comes to
The
food too.
suspect, just
Like
14 years old, will be
scholarship team in
charged with
Auburn.
murder.
You know,
The
that
shooting
middle
was
deck and
noted in the
food
presidential
up there and like
campaigning,
that.
as Bob
That's
Costa
good.
reports.
Vice President Kamala Harris
I didn't have a third row,
stretched her economic speech
50-yard
to address
line
the tragedy and gun violence that she called
and
an
it's the same
epidemic.
level
And it's
as
just
the portal.
outrageous
So you could go to the bathroom, you could go to the bathroom and go to the concession stand, both during a TV timeout.
Now,
I picked them up for the Idaho game, my second son's last game, second to last game, the band, when they were honoring seniors.
The election interference
So
case
I
against
picked it up
Trump
for
goes back before a
$50
judge today. The
I,
first such hearing
the
since
next
Supreme
week,
Court ruling on
they were playing
presidential
Alabama
immunity
and they
and a
were
revised
$500.
indictment from the special counsel. CBS's Robert
So-
Legary has more.
Judge
So
checked
band
the call to this hearing after the Supreme Court
Yeah,
decided
you don't
that
get- yeah,
president's
you don't- and I know
election
cheerleading too, because you're Gordon
and
Tower.
also
Yeah,
provided
that's
that the
You don't
judge
get anything
checked
for it.
with President Trump's
players do.
as to whether or not Trump
Yeah.
Well, because they care about players.
Yeah, I know, right, right, and they're essential.
Right.
Yeah, I guess cheerleading is not so essential. I mean, cheerleading in a football game is so small compared to the whole stadium.
Hunter Biden engaged
Yeah,
in a
even though they do
4-year
get
scheme
around
to
a little
avoid
bit.
paying at
That's
least $1.4 million in taxes.
You know,
and
people get on,
classified some
I don't like
personal luxury
buying too
expenses
many
as
things,
business
but
deductions.
if my
Mr. Biden
son
was pleaded
was
not
on
guilty to
trial,
all counts.
I'm president.
Yeah, right. He's done, oh, he'll pardon him.
That's what he wants, only guaranteed pardon in the nation.
He will, no, he definitely will. I mean, he has no problem with that. The question is, will that one trial be over?
Research
You know, if it's not over, you can't pardon him. If you're not having,
No,
you can't he's still pardon
Well, I mean, Ford pardon makes it before you've ever
raises the
charged.
chances of infertility in women over 35.
He'll give him blanket immunity.
Give him blanket immunity.
Anything you've ever done.
I think Biden just gives
Well,
Trump a pardon.
what's interesting is,
Yeah, that was a good.
that's why this trial is happening. Because the prosecution had a plea deal for him to plead
Oh,
to
I know
some
that.
drug thing
That was
that would
crazy.
get him off the hook for everything else. And they were like, the judge was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No, it's never happened before. Okay. So, Kevin, I'm totally with you. And I think Trump will pardon Hunter Biden. Trump's in office, he will pardon Hunter Biden.
I just think we
In
need
the
to
same way he did not go after Hillary.
I know exactly. I was thinking the same thing, yeah. But he's just not vindictive. I don't know why.
There's just-
I mean, I'd be.
There's gotta be a way to bring some healing. I mean, you can't have a conversation in this country right now without everybody getting mad at everybody.
I just don't understand the idea that Trump's, you know, Trump's gonna end democracy or whatever. I mean, he already was president.
Yeah.
He had 4 years as president.
Because they know the ignorant,
Yeah, right.
the
That's
ignorant
what-
people
they're playing
will just,
Yeah.
will just hear and not listen.
Right.
They're just,
And they'll look in further.
right, and they'll react.
Right.
It's just,
I say that debate should be interesting.
Because every appeal is
A
emotional.
100%
Every appeal we
process
have
and a range of
is
treatment
one
options,
to
including
emotion.
trusted generic
We have
alternatives
to-
to the name brands. At up to
You know, we have to
95%
stop the
off.
dastardly people
ED is
spreading
personal,
misinformation
and
on
Hims
Twitter.
serves
That's
treatment.
incredible.
I mean,
Just go to
but
hims.com
wait a minute. Who
/joy
decides
and
what's
get
misinformation?
I know, of course.
well, and that's,
And who, and because the First Amendment clearly says the government doesn't have that authority.
and I'm just, I got this this other Facebook page, so people don't crowd my page with all the political crap. And it's crazy. But then the fact checkers, I said, wait a minute. You're a fact. Who made you the fact
Yeah,
checker?
right.
Well, how many fact checkers have had to go back and revise their facts
Exactly.
3 years later.
I mean,
Like
all
Snopes did with
all
the
the COVID stuff, you know,
Branson and Cole Sillinger
and then, you know,
were
the, like
players who
Zuckerberg,
spoke
you
of
know,
their
they
teammates
apologize.
Johnny
Oh,
Gaudreau.
yeah, we're sorry.
Shattered
That
into
was
million
wrong.
pieces. There's no doubt about that.
Only wrong because they got caught.
Until they do it again. Yeah.
Never sweat the small
I mean,
stuff
it's just sad.
without actually telling you that, you know.
Mike Todd is a
Man,
team
that
official.
is, that is a not slippery slope. You're already down. If you
There
take
was
away
a
free
moment of
speech.
silence.
And that's
Oh, if you take away free speech, we had no country.
No,
Jersey
we
number
won't.
13,
I just-
Matthews Boston College number 21.
I mean, free speech means, yeah, even dumb shit.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration
Even
says traffic
speech
fatalities dropped
that
by
is
more than
hateful.
3% this
Yeah,
year.
right.
Yeah,
compared to
my
last
model
year at
is
same
the
time.
Skokie
That's
protest.
the ninth straight
Skokie, Illinois was a
quarter
Jewish
declines.
town,
I'm Cammy
and
McCormick,
in the
CBS.
70s, neo-Nazi skinheads wanted to do a protest through the town. And they applied for a permit. They were denied a permit. They took the case to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court said, "You are horrible people, but the law requires us to let you march." And that should be something that's very simple to say by this administration, and it can't.
No.
It cannot say it. No, it sends out Mary Poppins like got ladies trying to talk about disinformation. Well,
Although
what you say is disinformation.
It's nice knowing who the evil people
That's what
are.
I'm saying. That's what I want. I
It
want
is.
people to tell me.
That's right.
I want people to hate me to tell me.
That's
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I really do. I mean, yeah, then I know who to watch out for. You know, if you don't tell me that, you tell me that, I accept your word. You know, I'm not going to assume that, but if you prove it, you know, then I'm all for protecting it. Maybe right after this, I'm going to Mesquite. You know, St. Peter has that skeet shoot coming up,
Right.
and they want me to get in it. So I'm going today with one of the guys to shoot right after this. Yeah, we'll see.
Skeet shoot.
Skeet shoot, yeah, play targets.
Well, that's better than shooting at the birds.
Yeah, no,
Okay, the poor pigeons and
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
if you're
I'm-
shooting the birds that eat them, that's different. I mean, you know.
Let me tell you something.
If you shoot at
Let me
birds
tell
and
you
eat it,
something.
ain't much left of it.
No.
Let me tell you something.
Shoot it with a
Bird shot.
a bird shot. Yeah. I mean,
And believe me, pigeons are doing just fine.
yeah. We are not like it.
We're not.
They're crapping on us.
Man, they are. Oh, wait a minute. Man,
Birds get the last laugh.
yeah.
Okay.
Just your information. This is what was brave in me. Is that so I'm like I said, the Hebrew word well, literally means in other words, like I said, you don't understand. So that graven in it.
Let's go for honor thy father and mother. Now, if you have the mama with me,
Yeah. It's honor me. We will. Yeah, and if you agree with them, you go in there and talk to the U.S. field. You can't do it. You can also do this actually you live out. But in this, looking at those decisions, it's violating well, if you do wrong, good reason, and you still, it's wrong that you get that, doing He's an evil man. Getting to him. No, people for people come together. This is just still thinking how to give that to them. He's going to get it. Really, it's going to get confusion. It needs to get confusion. You want the bad word. Why is it? Because if you're evil, you want to be nothing wrong. No. My purpose is good, but my means are really good. Yeah, here's one that is so misconstrued. Thou shalt not. Now, exactly. There's two things that are literally. So, if somebody is against abortion, but for the death penalty, they are not. Well, I'm sure first of all, they go again, we know that the second innocent, he was convicted, it was substantiated and out of that. So the difference is not. So we shouldn't do that. And in most cases, so is that where you have to be as it's only feeding vengeance. Well, but if it's feeding vengeance, that's feeding the right. So look, I have my first cousin, and his another 30 years later, it's only been I'm sorry. I know about that because I can tell you I've got 30 cousins including me. But the truth is that that's not the reason to execute. The vengeance of not the vengeance I have for this guy. He did horrible things. He did horrible things to other girls. My cousin's daughter was 12 years old. Okay. It's a horrible trial. Okay. If he's executed because we were vengeance against him, we're to Scripture, vengeance is mine. No, it is. If the justice, in other words, the people who kept society from him, right, system, then yeah, we're building self-information. Well, you have some. The guy goes to trial, the whole, but the judge technical feature here, and they got to let him go. And you and I, me and Major there, we did. We're going to take care of it. Well, I mean, we can't control that. Right. And our court system is. Legally, we anything we do. Morally, wouldn't we? Right? Yeah. Now, if you see that guy doing something, you can protect it on. Father, they found him, they brought him back. He finally tipped off when the guy was treating up in his. There's video on the trial the guy. I completely understand the father's motive. Okay, I do.
I completely understand that. And the father ended up serving 10 years. Okay. Well, it's 2 years. But in the end, that execution was not a good moral. And because that's not the way Christian was based on them.
You make a mistake, you're the wrong person, and that's what we're talking about. Evidence in OJ.
But the standard, we don't understand you better be darn sure that it's a complication, and the person has to have the ability to do everything they do. And, I don't do is there's a lot of people that go as far as that community. They didn't do that. So 30 years, 30 years. So we should have something to use to benefit as much influence out as possible. We have some of the cases where prosecutors without information, they were never held accountable. In that case, as a prosecution, they should go to thou shalt not bear false witness on me. Yeah.
That is one that our culture is not concerned with. I mean, just about all sexual morality, I just think like, because of the body is a good thing, and that's what it goes through life when you are species. So, yeah, and unfortunately,
of course, if you read the book of Esther, it looks like things had a great time back in the day. They talked about it. Oh, they're not going to ask you somewhere.
And yeah, but it is.
I'm trying to figure out how many people we have to know it's a daily reminder of our sinfulness that we have difficulty linking things. Some people have more difficulty than I do. I have little difficulty. I was always I was that way when long after we met. Because both I and Vicky are very good at this marriage. Not every year,
if you get in a marriage partners, and when you get
somebody ain't gonna measure up.
No, yeah, exactly. They're now sexual activity population. That is your marriage.
And we're also not that one child to and if somebody's not going to do, well, yeah, what not? you know, it's, you know, it's truly physically is not in ways that we haven't even tried to do. There has been one thing that the Bible tells us that marriage is an honorable thing, but it doesn't really describe what marriage is. The one man, one wife, that's only been mentioned when they were coming up in the church. Because what is marriage? And we should go to let's look at He's been king in Esther, and that boy had to go on. The king in Esther is not Jewish. Oh, what it was, he was. Well, that's what I'm saying. I know he's not Jewish, so he was under the law, you know, in that way of understanding marriage. But even then, like I said, the Jewish understanding of marriage, it never did exclude multiple spouses. I mean, in other words, these people were never condemned for that. Not condemning that marriage is permanent, but they get married to multiple people. Now, and what do you guys think? Well, like, according to the church, you know, okay, so, you know, yeah. Although today the economic doesn't make sense. No, but some people, you know, men would have, and some men would have wives, don't have one to be able to be the sole breadwinner. So I mean, you have it's all about care about life. Adam and Eve had that, and they threw it away. They had it, you know, they really didn't have it. Yeah, I got made it. It was like yeah, that was a weird thing. But they probably said that. No, there's a lot of people, like Christian Jewish, have not been for life. Yeah, so sometimes not think so it wasn't that the Old Testament that they were true. They just after the break. There's a few things.
which allergens.
It's to your health. Please. Public service. Okay, I figured out a way to get my phone to work. So what you have to call for today only, 240-9224. Okay, if you have any questions or comments or whatever. 240-9224. Everybody knows about what happened in Georgia, but they're probably going to say the kid had ADD or ADHD or some sort of disease, because although when the police got there, he knew to put the gun down and say, yeah, I don't think he's that really ill. He was reasoned, and then he put the gun down, and I don't know. And with all of the technology that we have, how does a 14-year-old get in school with a gun? I'm flabbergasted with that. Sorry about that. Anyway, for today on the 240-9224, or you might call 240 or call 604-0469 or something like that. Anyway, you can get it exactly that. But I don't know how that's possible to do that, but that is what happened. 4 people killed in Georgia. Was it Appalachia? I'm not sure if Appalachia. Evidently, Georgia's got a little town called Appalachia too. But anyway, that's a shame. That is a shame. That is a shame. But they'll give him some kind of disease and say, well, he didn't know what he was doing. I'm not normally for the death penalty, but this is one of those cases that even at 14, getting put in a chair. I'm so sick and tired of kids doing stupid things and making excuses for them because they're young. If you can pick up a gun, if you can do that kind of thing, then you need to. I'm thinking, you know why he wasn't crazy? He put the gun down and pulled the chair there. He wasn't crazy enough. Okay? This Friday, we are going to have we ask you guys to join us over at the Veterans Wellness Center, which is over on Monticello Drive. They got things going on over there. And my good friend, the people's doctor, Mr. Graham, is here with us to tell us about what's going on over there. Like I just saw him yesterday. But anyway, good morning, David.
Good morning, Mr. Kevin. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. So what's going on Friday?
Friday tomorrow, actually. That is tomorrow. That is tomorrow, right? Yeah. It's kind of it's a celebration, man. We're celebrating 4 years of service to the community. Helping our military veterans, also helping our federal workers and the community as a whole. We're celebrating 4 years of service, and it just kind of like just kind of reflecting on the past 4 years, but also just saying thank you to the community for your support. Because obviously, doing business with support. And I want to say thank you to the VA as well, just for being able to be a part of this community of service to the military veterans. The VA has been instrumental in showing the military utilizing the tool in the toolbox. And the tool in the toolbox for military veterans, VA, anybody in general. You just want to just try something different, and you're just tired of the same old stuff, getting pills, getting stuff, not really getting educated about what's really going on with the healthcare. Just come give us a shot, man. I'm not the best. I'm not the perfect guy. I'm not the expert at everything. I just good at what I do, and that's ensuring our military veterans get access to their needs as best they can, and also just empowering people with this information and knowledge. What's so unique about veterans wellness? Well, the first thing is we are positive we emphasize military veterans about emphasis on utilize muscle activation. I think it's a 10 units, everyone the sound of my voice agrees that even if they have right now they're on with the battery, no one's gonna say their 10 units work.
Well, I never heard of that till just now. So
yeah, the 10 units don't work. That's why there's so many of them. That's why the ones that people you get in the mail, you go to get from Walmart for the $70, they don't work. They don't. And so
I never heard of it.
yeah, it doesn't work. They don't think about it. If it worked, you know about it. You know that, what people, about pills, right? People get pills, through the science of it, electricity, before oxygen, before blood flow, electricity is necessary for any human function to occur. For life to occur, you must be electricity. If you want to debate that with me, not electricity. And so what you have in your house, is how to use that electricity. Right. I've been fortunate in my travels. I'm looking into this technology. I went to the lab, and then when I realized this technology was 50 years old, in the early 1950s, when I was using this technology, it was actually showing electricity how to do what I'm doing right now. It's like showing electricity. That's just what I read. I'm not to make it up. I did my research before I spent this money on this technology. When I realized what he was doing and how the powers that be decided to kind of like suppress this information, that let me know I need to go ahead and get it. Because the powers that be don't want it, that means it's good for the people. That's why I'm so comfortable about it, because it's good for the people. That's what's good.
So what illnesses or for what things do you work on? What do you work on? What, I got a backache?
Yeah, so if it's a chronic pain situation, pick a joint, neck, shoulders, elbows, wrist, your thumb. I had a kid with a broken thumb. When he was back throwing the ball in about 10 days, a broken thumb. Just any kind of joint chronic pain issue, nerve condition. A lot of people call it the sciatica, radiculopathy, nerve root impingement of your lumbar spine. That shooting lightning bolt pain that goes down your leg, we can help with that. Diabetic neuropathy, burning and tingling in the feet, we can help with that. Diabetic wounds, we've seen success with that. Parkinson, a lot of my Vietnam veterans, a lot of veterans get the tremors from just the exposure to stress in military life. We treated tremors with success as well. So just basically the understanding that the human body needs energy to believe. Right? The human body won't feel energy. And that's the technology we use at Veterans Wellness Center. We also do the primary care, we do physical therapy, we have a weight loss program. We're looking at adding mental health. And so we're just trying to ensure that our military veterans get their access to their services. So, and that's our specialty. We're there to have a medical advocacy program for our military veterans. And tomorrow's event, we're excited about tomorrow. We're going to start with our ruck march at 5:15 a.m. It's going to be police escorted. We're going to walk 2 miles out, 2 miles back to celebrate the 4 years of service. And then after that, we're going to fry about 12 turkeys tomorrow. And we're going to have plenty of this food, beverages. Definitely going to have some water. We're going to be hydrated. We're going to get the people that participate in the march. We'll definitely be giving them free treatments.
What time is the march?
The march starts. We'll leave my facility probably about 5:15.
In the morning?
Yes, sir, man.
I won't be there.
But it's kind of you're coming at noon, so
I'm coming.
We want you well rested. Yeah, we want you ready for the program.
Major delay.
Major delay. A big shot. Big come out, hang out with me. I look forward to meeting next year. I was here as commercials, so that's gonna be pretty good time. But I want to also support today at lunchtime. We're doing a diabetic education lab from noon to 1 p.m. Just kind of, I want to give a big shout to this Nayoka over at Living Healing Waters, holistic service she provides, just really educating people on the importance of how what you eat and how you can impact your diabetes. I think a lot of times when people receive that information with diabetes, they're diabetic. I think the ball is dropped from our side, medical providers. as far as stressing the importance of how you eat, stressing that to the patient. Just as important as taking this insulin or taking this pill for the diabetes. If you don't eat proper food or eat, hydrate properly, the diabetes will get you.
Somebody just asked me an interesting question. I'll get to in a second here. You can call, I think that number is working, 240-9224. At least give me a combo check and make sure that number is working. Somebody asked me, what about alcoholism?
I'm glad it's a good question. So alcoholism is obviously it's an addiction, right? And I treated someone who was going through a narcotic. What happens is your nervous system is kind of like misfiring because you're addicted to a substance, and then when you take that substance away, your nervous system kind of goes haywire, and you get like the tremors and you get headaches and stuff like that. I've treated someone going through Suboxone, which is a synthetic narcotic. They came in my office, they were twitching, they were sniffing, and there was a narcotic withdrawal. I treated that successfully. So the science of it for me is if someone's going to have an alcoholism, they want to kind of withdraw off the alcohol, I haven't treated the patient. I'm almost certain that definitely if that person is willing, I'm almost certain to be able to stimulate the nervous system with a positive flow of energy to get those synapses, those neurotransmitters, it would assist in someone.
Okay. I'm gonna do one more number right here. 322. Yeah, although when my phone calls, it's number here. 322.
Oh my God, John, I'm tomorrow, as I mentioned, former Henry this Army veteran, Ray Murphy, will be in town. Our Fallout vehicle. So yeah, we got a Fallout vehicle. So
there must be some
oh yeah,
because Army guys don't fall out.
Like, hey man, I don't want to.
We fall in.
Yeah, so I'll say this: I'm not part of that argument at all. I'm an innocent. I look forward to all the veterans being in the Air Force, Army, Navy, Marines. My boy Steve, man. I mean, my boy Steve. Hoorah for my Marines. I mean, Steve. Steve out there, big Steve. I know you listen to Steve, man. So come on down, check us out.
All right, now, and I'm looking for a combo check now. 334-0042.
First call we get the
my phone rings these numbers, and I see coming up on my line.
But so we're going to be it's pretty exciting, man, to see that the military veteran, if you get a live action experience, the veteran has been to it, you've been to it, having heard this, and getting know, yeah. Look a little bit bigger than me. Actually, I'm losing there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. I hear you. Somebody asked me ain't that young. You can get shaky, well, old folks, you know, this is about and then obviously you gotta go to the people. But they can't come to you for the food or anything like that. Yeah, I can come to me for the food. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Hydrate, eat some calories, and wash your hands. Yes. Yeah, you can get some medication controls in a certain time period, but I'm big on if you get a virus, let your body fight it off. Because that's actually good for you to let your body fight it off. Because if you get a virus, it's kind of like, you know, let your body do its job. Your body has an immune system. But that's an immune system. If you have a strong immune system, okay. You know, you have the person sit on the 50 pounds. It depends on me, what kind of help they need. I can't help them anywhere. Well, it's like, what kind of help do they need is the question. Is it weight loss? Yes, we can help with weight loss. I'm sure someone that's 50 pounds has some type of chronic joint pain. Most definitely, we can help someone that large as far as management. Also, our weight loss program is the best option for them. Because at that weight, your quality of life is severely impacted because of your obesity. And that's just, that's unfortunate, but yes, give us a call, 334-676. Of course, I do watch that show, Chick on the. You watch that show? Yeah, I love watching it. And here's one thing I learned from that show. Everybody that gets that big with immune issues. And can I say something? As a person who's doing it my whole life, it is a significant. You know, yeah, if you're overweight, you know, I have a problem with food. I'm big deal, like some of it. Yeah, like I'm 300 pounds. Based on the numbers, I'm obese. I'm obese. Based on the numbers. But you're not, you can get enough. I get what you're saying. The science says, listen, like, yeah, I am obese. Hey, you know why that. You know what? And we were jealous. I mean, I could just go. We all believe that. Really? Yeah, man. I had a job, which is been more. It's like obesity is a mental health problem because you can't control how you eat. Let me see here. Somebody said, what about arthritis in the leg? You can help. You can help. Arthritis may be weak. Here's the question that I must ask. You have this why is it that everybody doesn't do it? Okay, so okay, fair enough. So let's be straightforward about this situation. Big pharma funds the government. Big pharma funds DOD. Let's be honest. The government, yeah. What's that got to do with lobbyists? Lobbyists fund the government, right? So if big pharma has a big influence on our government, that's going to determine certain things, especially with the FDA. I got to be careful how I say this, but I'll just tell you this. I'll give you a case study. I'm being the case study myself. I'm a 46-year-old man who is 6'6", 300 pounds. I don't have any cartilage. 15 years ago, a doctor prescribed me Mobic, gave me a cortisone shot, and on my own, I was popping 800 3 times a week, on top of taking the maximum dose of Mobic. Traditional, he said to me, all right, David, I've seen you 15 years for your knee replacement. Imagine being 31 and the doctor telling you your only option is knee replacement. Times that times 20 million. How much money is that?
Well, that's a lot of change.
That's a lot of change. That's a huge amount of money. That's a 15 million. 26-year-old, 50-pound man. There's not a lot of it. Let's just say, I said 10, 15,000. That's a huge amount of money. Let's just say, take my size out of it. 46-year-old man, overweight with you. How many times you go to the store and buy Motrin, Tylenol, muscle? How much money is that? How much money? And now you're talking about a piece of technology that changes that whole pathway. You need about no guy. This machine. I tell you. Oh yeah, I'm telling you. Wait till for the EDA. Hey, after next week come on, I'm gonna knock my phone children program.
Okay, I'll be there waiting for that. Anyway, but tomorrow we'll be there.
Yeah, the ruck march is let's say about 5. Be there at 5 o'clock. We're gonna do the ruck march. Come back with the 3 treatments on your legs and your feet. Freshen up. We gotta go. All right.
News Radio 14.
Rest of the day. Yeah, that'd be call you. I'm a join live. Yeah.
CBS News overall.
Gabby McCormick, another town in America is in mourning for a school shooting. 2 students and 2 teachers were killed at Appalachian High School in Georgia. CBS is much less.
Wednesday night, kids came together for a vigil. Graduated from Appalachian High School 2 years ago. They came home to Wednesday after hearing about the shooting.
The suspect, a 14-year-old student, will be charged with murder. Republican Cheney said she's voting to defeat the president before the Duke University. Nicholas Larry Salvatore.
The more Republican they get out there, the easier it is for rank and file Republicans who are also really conservative to say, I'm conservative, but I'm not a Donald Trump conservative.
Trump is in New York today, where he's expected to speak about the economy. 3 o'clock Thursday.
One thing he's talked about is extending the tax on his first presidency and paying additional taxes. He's also talked about eliminating tax on
Which is that many Americans are under keen alert to advisories across the West and San Diego, meteorologist Kevin Elkins.
the advisories for America, also America, pretty much dealing with between 102 to 107, and then just towards the east of Arizona, dealing with the food sector heat waves that are ineffective operating for
will help to detect cancer and a person's chances of surviving. Yes, it's Michael George says that.
Researchers at Harvard Medical School are developing an AI tool designed to diagnose various forms of cancer. They say that ChatGPT-like model goes beyond current approaches to detect cancer. It's been tested on 19 cancer types and is engineered to not only detect cancer, but to also predict future outcomes.
We have a season to Today, the defending champion Kansas City hosted Baltimore.
So that team has ever won 3 straight Super Bowls, so the Chiefs know what is at stake as they begin the season against the Ravens tonight. Remember, Kansas City is the popular favorite to win it all again. Remember, teams like the Niners, the Lions, and the Ravens will be favored in their next.
Early numbers on Wall Street, but now is up about 4 points. This was CBS News.
Keep the O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. With the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. You don't notice the here for the rock. Imagine putting on the last make you can be people notice you have a 23 million people. They notice that multiple items are excuses.
Just now, celebrities can't get enough of Beyond's bespoke skincare line.
She has 147 million followers. How do we monetize?
She needs a social media associate to help her with the
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed, you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews using the employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and $75 per your terms and conditions apply. CBS is still keeping out more on an alleged fraud scheme in the music world.
Stream a song, it generates a royalty payment. A new federal case says a North Carolina musician used AI to create hundreds of thousands of songs that he streamed millions of times to collect more than $10 million in royalties. 52-year-old Michael Smith faces fraud and conspiracy charges. The FBI says the alleged scheme generated illicit profits and infringed on the genuine artistic talent of others. The music distribution company suggested back in 2018 that Smith was committing fraud. He denied it. Steve Clayton, CBS News.
NASA says a small and harmless asteroid has burned up in Earth's atmosphere. It was spotted by astronomers in Arizona Wednesday. It disintegrated several hours later over the coast of the Philippines, one of the ninth to be spotted before coming apart. Danny McCormick, CBS News.
Means you have to choose between some high quality or something that saves you money. If you can get both, you're not. Especially when it comes to healthcare, and that is Medicare. You can pay $500 a month with Medicare, and it's huge. But it's also true that people wind up way more satisfied. The member satisfaction rate for Medicare is double that of the typical health insurance. Double. That's because Medicare is worth. That's for more than 30 years. Even the Christians have put in $5 billion of care. You can look at huge low networks. Really, you can see the one, make it better. You can do it if you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed, a part of the gig economy, here's the number. 855-51. 855-51.
Okay. So my phone call's jacked up today, but however, I do believe you can, if you call 240-9224, that should get you in, because we won't be able to talk all the time, because I only got one line of work maybe, so you got something on your mind. We'll talk about what happened at the Georgia school. We still we're so used to hearing it until we're not even surprised anymore. I just don't know how anybody gets in school today with a gun. I mean, and they got resource officers and all that. I don't know how you get this. It's happening. Morning, yes. Yeah. No, I didn't say that. You said that? Oh, I didn't even say that, but you're right. I didn't say. Well, listen, we're just going over there. Okay. Okay. Let me make sure that I'll let you know. 2409224 is the number. You want to get the call with on the line this morning. I got a lot of things to talk about. All over the nation right now, talking about what happened in Georgia. I just. But it does seem that the um, on again, off again debate between, well, not debate, conversation between Trump and Kamala, uh, Kamala, whatever her name is, it is going to be on the 10th, which is next Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Good morning. Pretty good, pretty good. Ruckman. Yeah, yeah, they did say that. Yeah, we got to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Okay, good, good, good. Thank you very much. Yeah, for straightening that out. Good? Okay, yeah. So 2409224 is the number. You can go call and talk to whatever you want. Or 3230042. Now that number, you only call up today after the you won't have access to that number anymore. Let's see if you got something in your mind. All right, let me move on to okay, so the debate is on next Tuesday, the 10th of September. So it's never a debate. It's going to be propaganda free for on both sides, as a matter of fact. Yeah. This, yeah, I got to vote for somebody. Not really, anybody else. All right then. Man, 70 the 200 and 13 years or 2023 in the Tumblr gas station. I'm going to figure out why working. You know, working in the gas station almost as just as dangerous as working or going to war someplace. I don't know. And then you got a 13-year sentence. If it really worth 13, if it really worth 13 years a year, yeah, if you take a couple dollars. Oh, anyway, the guy's name is Rodriguez, whatever, Lavelle, 33, handed a 13-year sentence, ordered to remain on supervised release for another 5 years after the United States Attorney General Timothy Davis in the federal prison does not have parole. So you don't, you don't get anything. There's no sense to it. You know, he did. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 And it's Yeah. Well, and again, right, and yeah, 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 you're right. No, yeah, mm, yeah. Mm. But I think the school has some responsibility. Yeah, but how do you get in there? You don't think I'm getting that? Well, 20 years old. 20 years old is grown. I mean, mm, mm. I mean, what we talking about, people who go to school every day, they got metal detectors. Well, they all, if everybody comes to one door, if everybody comes to one door, and if they all two go, everybody comes to one door to get into that school. That's what I'm saying. Well, it probably wasn't. It probably wasn't. Yeah, probably wasn't. And we shouldn't have more than one way. I'm a, that's true, yeah. But if you But if you have everybody coming in, yeah, if you have everybody coming in one door, there's a greater opportunity to stop. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Well, they have a God comp. I mean, they got God complex themselves. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I got it. I only got one line. So let me get in. 2409224. That's quickly for today. Maybe I'll open the phone. 2409224 is the number. 323-0014 for today only. Now, how much more bad news? Well, Dateline, Dothan, Alabama. Which is not that far from here. I've been down there a couple times, checking things out. They got a place in Dothan where you can eat called the Blue Plate, the Blue Plate, some of the best and some of the best. I'm living under time of the place. I'm gonna go down there during my vacation so I can which is next yeah. I'm going down there and get me some. I'm gonna ride around there. I was gonna go to Colorado visit my son. And I ain't taking no effort. I like it. I'm a phobia. And hopefully they don't have no bridges on the building. I don't know. Anyway, Dateline, Dothan, Alabama. A Geneva County woman is charged with brutally attacking a man using a chainsaw to cut off his head. What is going on with the world? Court records show that 26-year-old Jolene Elizabeth Lopez was taken into custody last Thursday without a bond. She is charged with killing Benito, which is a husband, Stephen, whose body was found this week in that Alabama inside a car. And we wouldn't go drive. Geneva County Sheriff Tony Helms referred questions to the State Bureau of Investigation, and with an official release expected later. Okay, so I'm glad we're not married to old Lopez, because you're going to leave your head. Well, not to give you today. Lopez was a fellow without gun in the Houston County Jail and has an Ania's Law hearing on Tuesday, which will determine if bail will be set. Anaya law, which is a relatively new Alabama law that allows judges to hold certain violent offenders without bond until trial. Okay then. Hello. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So well, anyway, so she got rid of her, her problem again. Okay. Yeah. Let me see now. Anthony says it was her ex-boyfriend who did that to. So that's the same last name. What's it cousin? Then it says, good morning, Al. Listen, let me say that. And Charlie says, good morning. Okay. Let's see. The insurance man says, booking this call just a little bit. Anyway, what else is going on? And of course, this is in Pittsburgh, Alabama. This is Pittsburgh, Alabama. Midnight. 16-year-old wanted in connection to a 12-year-old brother student. So we went from 12 to 14. Okay. News has, well, Fox News 10 down there has learned that a 16-year-old wanted in connection to his brother's death has turned himself in. Was booked in Little County Jail around 7 p.m. on Monday. Jail records show the teenager is charged with manslaughter. The police said the shooting happened at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Continue. And then the Congress passed a new gun ordinance, which really can before that. I'm good. It's something. It's something. Hopefully, I may have the city council up here tomorrow to talk a little bit more about that gun thing. Yeah. I know people get nervous every time, but reasonable people will have to that we need some modification to the second. Okay, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it is. We don't want to stop people from using their guns. Okay, I have a suggestion. Okay, okay. I have a suggestion of how to modify the second amendment. Okay, I want to do part there because I'm on the radio. Okay. So, 2409220. Do you have a way to modify the Second Amendment? How to stop so many people from getting them? I have a way. I'm trying to say, but if you call me and ask me what it is, I'll do it. Okay. So, the Second Amendment deals with guns and arms and the right to bear arms. We agree with that. Right? Okay, we agree. But what doesn't it deal with? Give me the smartest one really you need to. So I'll come back and I will tell you what the Second Amendment, when it comes to arms, does not protect. Takes a guy like me to come up with the answers because the lawyers and everybody can't seem to get it. Well, I can return, hopefully, and tell you exactly how to deal with some of this gun stuff. Okay. So we need a modification of the Second Amendment. I know all my gun lovers out there. What the hell is something talking? Well, I should tell you what I'm talking. I came up with the perfect.
You're listening to News Radio 1440 on your Alexa. Just say News Radio 1440.
The American Academy of Music. The moment to connect with your child before going to sleep. Your child is to read a book to them. Relationships matter. For me, and help each other moving forward.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I get up and take a walk.
I must have a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen, draw, and sip.
Until I knew I wouldn't get into temptation and spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to take it and commit free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time.
I took my time and learned something each time. Do whatever it takes, no matter how many times it takes.
I quit
The message from the U.S. This is for what million people worldwide who are living with health disease and dementia.
more information on baby brain development,
children.org.
My name is Dale Pazinski, and this is how I live in United. I volunteer with United Way, helping the homeless in my community by teaching homeless and helping them to listen in the very early years of the It's when someone says, "Hey man, that's what you applied for." I got it. So I want to just feel this for high level
with advocate, volunteer, live behind, livingbehind.org.
No, it's not nice.
What about credit card? It's a free non-limited resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We are an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get standard information about money. Standardaboutmoney.org. It's the easy place to start.
Okay, I need another combo check here just to make sure my line is still working, the temporary line, 2409224. Somebody call me, I'm getting lonesome up here. Hey, first time caller. Now, if you've never called and you want to get in and you don't have to wait, now's the day to call. Okay? You get tired of waiting on the line for somebody to get off it. Now's the day to best day to call right now. You got something on your mind that you want to get off, you want the people in Montgomery to hear you. Well, now's the day to do it. 2409224. Make sure that line is still working. Well, if you call me and it rings, that means you're still working. Yeah. Okay. Come on, somebody. Come on now. Okay. Okay, John. I'm good. I'm talking about somebody else. But I appreciate you. All right. But I see it's working, so that's good. All right. So nobody wants to talk to me. The first time somebody didn't want to talk to me. Okay. Here is the solution to the gun problem, at least a partial solution to the gun problem. You see, we don't want to tamper with the Second Amendment because somebody swears it down. We're going to be taken over by the government. Well, just so I can illuminate this for you. Anybody who gets a piece of your check before you see it has already got control. Okay? Right. Any government that takes some of your money before you get your check for the money you work for, they reach right in and take, and it's called taxes and FCIA or FICA, Social Security, whatever it is. Any government that can take your money before you see it and you don't want to work for it, okay, you already control. We already somewhat taken over by the government. Okay, and we all work for the government. Okay, well, let's make sure we get this straight. We all work for the government. They get the money first that you work for. They get to take out their piece and give you what's left. Okay, so we all work for the government already. So if you believe that somehow managing the criminality associated with guns is somehow make the government take over, too late. That's already happened. Yeah. Again, think about this. You go to work every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Some people work 2 jobs every day. You're already doing that, and somebody else gets to reach in your check before you do. Okay, it's close. So here is the solution for some. It's fantastic. It's our own solution. But here's the solution. We need to make people get a license to buy ammunition. And make the price up on ammunition to the point where people won't spend their rent money and the gas money to get it. Okay? But you need a license. So we're not going to mess with your right to own a gun. But I have to run for city council, and I think we're going to. When I run for city council, my first order is to see about having you know having license to. I didn't do that. Let's say, I didn't agree. Who agreed? Okay. What good is it done if they can't? Yeah. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, people will still get ammunition. Okay? Let me ask you. If ammunition comes in stores, anybody know? I'm not going to go outside there. I'm not going to go. If it comes in stores anymore, that's another thing. That's another thing. Okay, here we go. That's another thing. So, when you buy the ammunition, you need to make sure that every round has serial numbers. Make the manufacturer and all the rounds. Yeah. Hey, sorry about that. Once you get charged for them, why they will do that. And when you buy that ammunition, they give you a ticket and they put you in the computer and the serial number. All you need is the serial number of one book. So, and you put that in the system with you. Okay? Because chances are, oh, here's John Long. Oh, well, John, what's up? On the cartridge. Well, one is the round and one is the cartridge. Yeah, the shell casing. Yeah, sure. The shell casing. Nothing, but we'll know if it's got a serial number on it. We'll know. Well. First of all, every time you shoot a gun, remember, every time you shoot a gun, well, if you got a magazine, and it's going to extract the cartridge. They ain't gonna pick it. They're too stupid to pick it up. Nah. Last week on the east side, we had 60 cartridges outside somebody's house. They're shooting. Every time you go to a shooting, the police have a little yellow thing with a cartridge in it. It'll prove who shot it. You know. It'll prove. Well, wait a minute. They still responsible for it. But well, then we'll know where they come from. They don't have no serial number on it. Listen, we got to do something about it. I don't want to outright ban guns. Well, I agree. But you can't make a crook not be a crook. I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with what you say. The bottom line, yeah. Wait a minute. If the police, wait a minute, if you can see where the bullets were going, and you're in a database, the police know at least who the shell casings belong to, and if you didn't do the shooting, a box, and you can only, you know, I don't know. Well, and that's another thing. You need ID. That's right. You need ID to live. No. Yeah. Well, I don't think it's racist, but it's not. It's never been racist with me. Yeah. My brother can get an ID if he want one. They can give away free tennis shoes. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. Well, the Mexican guy probably won't have one. Oh. Mm. Well, I don't know if what you do is empirical evidence, but of that, but hey, I don't know. I just know I got my ID. Got seven. Got seven ID. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Listen, man, I tell you what, I've been over there. Listen, I have been over there and watched these people undergo this treatment, and I'm telling you, there's something to it. There's electric treatment that I've seen it. Well, of course, I'm not. Hey, I'm not. I don't know. Well, he's not. But he's a nurse practitioner. Well, he did say electricity is all over the body, and that's true. Yeah. Oh, listen, you should have called him. He was here. Yeah. That's true. I got to. Good morning. Who's this? Yeah. If you don't have a police report and you reported it stolen, then you ought to be fined as a misdemeanor because my bullets. Well, you ought to. Now, do you make it? Wait a minute. You make it illegal to have a gun without a gun safe. And so nobody can steal it. You need to have a gun safe. You can't find sitting there on all of them. Well, you could, I guess. Listen, our rules are for honest people. Now, anybody who wants to be a crook can be a crook. But well, I'm just trying to figure out what would your suggestion be then to get rid of some of this useless and shameful criminality and people getting killed with guns? What would you do? Well, that month, yeah. I mean, that music is demonic. Yeah. Mhm. I would say that we all have been privileged in some aspect in our lives. But you're talking about color. I mean, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you also cannot deny that sometimes they'll find the dumbest person they can find, put them in a job so they can turn around and corner them. You see, affirmative action don't work. Yeah, sure it is. Yeah, yeah, but here's the deal. You don't have to worry about none of that if you stop begging people for something that they got and you want. Create your own. You can't, but you can't get a license. Well, that's a driver license. But you get a business license. Well, I don't know who can't get a business license. Who can't get? No, I was saying that the mayor, right, the mayor came up with something last week about we always talk about small business. Okay, what small business people need is money at a low interest rate. If you can't give us that, then we can. What you're talking is just smoke because small businesses need money at a low interest rate. And let somebody come up with something like that. It's a risky conversation. We own 5%. We own 5% of the business. And there's a reason for that. Because evidently we will not support one another. We want, as a black community, we will not support one another. A lot of us have a hard time saving money. And if you can't convince your dad, your mom, your brother, or your sister to go into business with you, then they go, we just got to do it. It is, yeah. Yeah, too much. Hey, listen, I got to take a last break. We'll be back. What's our number? What's our number? 2409224. We'll be back right after these numbers are only 53. Yeah, just figure that out.
Everything seems to be going up and up.
teaching computer skills and helping them build a basic resume to save on their very own USB drive. It's huge when somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." My name is Dave Kaczynski. I help people achieve meaningful independence. So I don't just want to live it.
Get living or fucking.
Hi, I'm Queen Latifah.
Because without strength, you will fail. Together, we will help above heart failure.
To help prevent, improve, or manage harm, horizontaltruck.org.
The thought of my sons growing up with inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctor and then I threw away all my cigarettes.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Staying away from alcohol. First quitting is key.
For free.
A mosquito. You had a reaction. To talk about it.
The National Pest Management Association.
My wife and I went for dinner last week with friends we hadn't seen in a long time. Today we received a handwritten note which they delivered back to our house, letting us know we had enjoyed our dinner together, along with an article we had discussed. If you get a fax or handwritten note, it's an update. Learn more, check us out at BeKindnessRevolution.net.
You know that Alabama law requires all pets to be currently vaccinated against rabies. This is state public health veterinarian Jones. Rabies vaccination not only protects dogs and cats from the deadly virus, but also reduces the risk to unknowingly be exposed by vaccinated pets. Help us protect you from getting vaccinated today.
Brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health and the station.
Hello.
Into your door and date. With just a simple phrase to your Alexa smart speaker, your favorite talk shows come to your speaker in seconds. News.
Oh, no, we are back. You know, I've got this camera in here, but it always shows my back. Says, "What comes out?" We're happy. You know, video thing. Hey, come on, who's this? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Listen, yeah, but wouldn't it be nice if you see the cartridge on the ground, just one, you know who bought that bullet, you know who bought it, and you go straight to him? Wouldn't that be nice? That's your problem. Because all we know is it's registered to you. So you need to tell us, who you loaned the gun to, who you gave the gun to, or we're gonna put you in jail. Then he ought to have a police report. He ought to have a police report. I agree with you. But okay, yeah, let me ask you something. If you leave your iPhone on the front seat of your car and the window halfway down, are you going to be surprised if you come back and it's gone. Well, bullets and guns are the same thing. You're responsible for safeguarding. And if you let somebody get it, then you ought to be responsible for what happened. No, put in it, then buy a gun safe. Buy a gun safe, and therefore, even if they steal the safe, they can't get in it. So there's things we can do. Listen, if you can't afford the safe, you can't afford the gun. I hear it. And that is right. But everybody's heart ain't gonna get right. Mhm. Mhm. Right. Yeah. For me, what time you gonna start? Sunday? Oh, I'll tell you what, if I'm in town, I'm starting my vacation, tomorrow. So I was going to, yeah, I'm starting. No, no, yeah, Friday when I get off work. Yeah. Everything. But I don't know. I may just come hang out there because I got about 7 days off, so I can make it for that time. And where you gonna start it? Where you gonna be? Where you at? Oh, down Atlanta? Atlanta? No. Yeah. All right. Hey, Thomas, because I don't want to be called a liar. I will give this a more serious time I'm giving anyway. Yeah, the rest of it, so you get to it. Yeah. All right. Appreciate it. Also, I looked up a gun safe. Okay. So a gun, the gun is actually you have not. You can have a gun safe. Nine. They go up from there. A regular gun safe, $152. $139. So if you can't afford the safe, then you can't afford the gun. I'm just saying, kids wouldn't have the football game out. You have this white guy that did this shooting up in Georgia. You know, black guy. I got my truck trying to figure out who I said, black guy. Yeah, we black guy. Normally white people shouldn't do that. But black folks are, I think we're getting on the bandwagon. All right. But anyway, 14 years old. But I'm not every movie like 1970s is when all these gang banging movies, dope smoking, dope selling movies came out. It was in the 1970s. So that's how I was watching super stuff. Yeah. And now, it didn't affect me then, it don't affect me now. But Ron O'Neal was good himself. So it had his hair all slicked back and everything, and telling that age. And we glorify it in the movie. We glorify that kind of lifestyle. And then came the Menace to Society, Boys in the Hood. All of these things that glorify the atmosphere that we have to do things. When somebody black make a movie that I want to see, like Black Panther, great movie. Great movie, no violence, I heard it. But no cussing, just doing for the hell of it. Protecting themselves. I understand that. But can we get a good? Maybe we need to change our society a bit. Okay? I'm just anyway. Start glorifying guns. Okay? Just stop and date. You know, just please stop that. Meaning, let kids watch nice things in the movie. And I feel good. Yes.